With the 2025 iPhone range, Apple aims to debut an extremely thin iPhone 17 Air, marking the first substantial update to the iPhone in many years. iPhone 17 Air is not the device's official name, and we don't know quite what Apple will call it, but many reports have revealed Apple's development on an extremely thin iPhone. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman recently released some fresh facts regarding the speculated iPhone 17 Air. In his Power On newsletter, Gurman claimed he was informed that the gadget may start at about $899 in the US, which implies that it would occupy the same price range as the iPhone 16 Plus. This would make sense, given it has been widely reported that the Air model would take over the Plus model slot in the iPhone range coming forward. Despite its predicted ultra-thin and lightweight design, Gurman claimed the iPhone 17 Air would deliver battery life that is on par with current iPhones, but he did not identify any particular models. Presumably, this indicates that the device's battery life will be equivalent to the lowest-end iPhone 16 model, at least. That would be shockingly delicious. Gurman said Apple had made hardware and software changes to make the iPhone 17 Air more battery efficient. There are 3 rumored features for the iPhone 17 Air that should contribute to the device offering longer battery life than one might have imagined, including a higher density battery, Apple's power-efficient C1 modem, and the lack of an ultra-wide camera providing more internal space for a larger battery. Gurman claimed the iPhone 17 Air would be equipped with the camera control button that debuted on all iPhone 16 models last year. This is the first time that this functionality has been rumored for the gadget. The button allows easy access to the camera and associated settings. However, some individuals find it to be a nuisance and deactivate it. He also disclosed that the iPhone 17 Air's bezels surrounding the screen would supposedly be roughly as tiny as the ones on the iPhone 16 Pro models. A few other iPhone 17 Air specifications that he mentioned had already been rumored previously, including a 6.6-inch display with 120Hz ProMotion support, a dynamic island, a standard A19 chip instead of an A19 Pro chip, a single 48-megapixel rear camera, the C1 modem, and the lack of a physical SIM card slot, seemingly worldwide. That's because, as well as delivering a form factor that's shaving about 2 millimeters off the phone's depth, reducing it by roughly a fifth, it will nevertheless have battery life on par with existing iPhones. What's more, the aim was initially to make the Air device Apple's first completely port-free iPhone. That would mean eliminating the USB-C connection and going all in on wireless charging and syncing data with the cloud, the report goes on. Just imagine. No USB-C socket at the base of the phone, with only charging via a charging pad as an option, and with data transferred solely wirelessly. Gurman feels the world may be ready for this. Already, iPhone users can get around fine without plugging in their phone, whether it's to charge, connect to their car, or download information. The Apple Watch solely charged wirelessly from the beginning, so many consumers are already acclimated to the idea, he says. I agree, yet when you need to charge rapidly, a cable is usually preferred. Anyway, that day won't dawn this fall since there is a port on the incoming iPhone 17 Air. Why? One major reason. There were concerns that removing USB-C would upset European Union regulators, who mandated the iPhone switch to USB-C and are scrutinizing the company's business practices. But that's simply the situation for now, Gurman believes. The iPhone 17 Air is reported to feature a 6.6-inch display, which indicates it will be bigger than the iPhone 17 but smaller than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. While there were reports that the iPhone 17 Air may include a trimmed-down dynamic island, Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo does not anticipate substantial changes to the dynamic island. The iPhone 17 Air is believed to employ the same OLED screen as the current iPhone 16 Pro models, which is supplied from Samsung. The screen boasts a 30% boost in brightness and enhanced lifespan compared to the prior generation iPhone 16 display. The full iPhone 17 family is rumored to receive 120Hz ProMotion display technology, which means it will no longer be a feature confined to the Pro lineup. ProMotion screens will be enabled by the low-temperature polycrystalline oxide panels that Apple wants to deploy for all of the iPhone 17 versions. Low-temperature polycrystalline oxide allows for 1 Hz to 120 Hz refresh rates. At the highest end, the 120 Hz refresh rates enable for better browsing, smoother video content, and other advantages. Promotion refresh rates would allow for always-on display capabilities, but it is not yet known whether this is a feature that Apple aims to spread across the complete range. Rumors say that all iPhone 17 models will incorporate a vapor chamber heat sink to boost thermal performance. Vapor chambers operate by dispersing head uniformly over a wider surface, eliminating heat throttling and guaranteeing constant performance. The iPhone 17 Air is believed to include 8 GB RAM, which is the RAM in current iPhone 16 versions. 8 GB RAM is adequate for Apple Intelligence. With limited internal space owing to the trimmed-down design, the iPhone 17 Air will feature only a single-lens back camera. Rumors claim it will feature the same 48-megapixel wide camera that's in the iPhone 16 models. If the iPhone 17 Air just has a single-lens back camera, it will not be capable of shooting spatial video or spatial images unless Apple has a new technology in mind for collecting this sort of material. All iPhone 17 versions might include a 24-megapixel front-facing camera with a 6-element lens. As for battery in the same essay, Gurman believes the iPhone 17 Air's battery life will be on par with current iPhones, despite the probable compact construction probably leaving less room for a huge battery. Gurman doesn't indicate how this would be done, but another recent iPhone 17 Air rumor stated that it will employ high-density battery cells. In any event, Gurman also discloses some additional characteristics, suggesting that the iPhone 17 Air will include a camera control button like the iPhone 16 series, and that its bezels would be nearly as tiny as those of the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max. Next, for the iPhone 17 Air, Apple is putting design and aesthetics above the newest and best technology. For example, it will feature only a single rear-facing camera. It will, however, be Apple's tiniest iPhone ever. Whether the iPhone 17 Air turns out to be a success remains to be seen. It will, however, be the greatest update to the iPhone range since the revamped iPhone 12 was unveiled in 2020. In the following years since then, the iPhone design has generally kept the same, with the exception of the mini form size being replaced by the Plus form factor with iPhone 14. Here are the 17 most noteworthy iPhone 17 Air rumors so far. 1. A 6.6-inch always-on OLED panel with support for promotion refresh rates up to 120 Hz. 2. The thinnest iPhone ever, measuring 5.5 millimeters at its narrowest point. 3. A single rear-facing camera with a 48 megapixels resolution. 4. The camera will be contained in a new camera bar design, rather than the usual camera bump. 5. At its thickest point with the camera bar, the iPhone 17 Air will be 9.5 millimeters thick. 6. Support for MagSafe wireless charging, unlike the iPhone 16e. 7. A 24 megapixels front-facing camera that's situated on the left side of the dynamic island, not the right side like existing iPhones 8. Powered by the A19 CPU, not the A19 Pro, and combined with 8 gigs of RAM. 9. eSIM only globally owing to design restrictions of the ultra-thin form factor. 10. Apple's C1 modem for cellular connection, which implies no compatibility for Wave 5G. 11. An Apple-designed chip for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth instead of a Broadcom chip. 12. eSIM only globally owing to design restrictions of the ultra-thin form factor. 13. A single speaker in the earpiece since there's insufficient place for a second speaker at the bottom. 14. Battery life that is equivalent to previous iPhone models. 15. Action button instead of the mute switch. 16. Camera control with visual intelligence and the camera app. 17. A price point under $1,000, presumably somewhere around $899. The reports on what frames the iPhone 17 range will feature have gone back and forth, but Pooh recently stated the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max would all have metal frames. He highlighted that the iPhone 17 Air may be the outlier with a titanium frame. Additionally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max might feature a narrower dynamic island due to a smaller Face ID sensor. Dynamic island on other iPhone 17 models will apparently retain the same size, Pooh has indicated. Regarding what's on the inside, Apple is apparently seeking to update its mobile operating system with the introduction of iOS 19. According to Bloomberg, this includes updating the style of icons, menus, apps, windows, and system buttons. Sources allegedly informed the outlet that Apple is working to simplify the way users navigate and control their devices, and that the design pulls from the Vision Pro's operating system. For instance, Vision OS offers more circular app icons and transparent navigation panels. It's conceivable what you'll see on your future iPhone might more closely reflect this look. The software upgrade will apparently extend to iPad and Mac, hence delivering uniformity across Apple's devices. Bloomberg adds this would be the greatest software shakeup since Mac OS Big Sur's debut in 2020 and iOS 7's release in 2013. Also, let's not forget the reports that Apple may use new battery technology, like silicon carbon and solid-state batteries, in future iPhones. Maybe some of these advances will come to the iPhone as soon as this year. Gurman also highlights the pricing of the iPhone 17 Air, stating the phone should sell for roughly $900, or about as much as the current iPhone 16 Plus. Finally, the Bloomberg writer mentioned what I have suspected about the iPhone 17 Air. The ultra-slim gadget will be vital for Apple's foldable iPhone due in 2026. The iPhone Fold would take advantage of the Air's battery, display, modem, and chip advances. Are you intending to purchase an iPhone 17 Air this fall? So, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.